Howdy, it's Jim Morado, and we're at the, I guess you'd say the new or the current state capital of Illinois in Springfield. And most of this video, this is going to be a short video. It's mostly pieced together from two visits that I made in 2020 and 2022. And I'll read to you a little bit from their literature, and I'll let you just kind of walk around with me. This is, again, going to be kind of a quick, dirty, just brief look at the Capitol. I'm filming a little bit on the outside. There's some pretty cool angles here. This is a really neat building too, by the way. But I've had just a couple of not great visits here when I've been into town, and that's not because of the good people of Illinois. It's just because of other factors. I was here in 2020, the middle of March, right the moment that COVID struck. By the way, look at these great murals. I'll tell you a little bit more about them later. But yeah, we were here in 2020, and we arrived, and we were hoping to do a tour, and we were told they stopped doing tours 20 minutes earlier because of COVID. We were here right at the moment when they canceled everything because of COVID. So they still let us walk around. We took pictures. I did not have my video camera with me. I wasn't really filming stuff at the time. Oh, there's a nice little information desk too, by the way. But anyway, we kind of did our own self-guided tour. We looked around, took some pictures. I'll put some of those pictures up at the end of this video. And then we were here again in 2020, and just the lighting was wreaking havoc on my camera, but we still walked around the first floor some, and just looked around. It's a very attractive Capitol. It's dizzying the way that it's set up with its dome and its stairs. It's easy to get disorientated here, but it's a great Capitol, and I just wanted to put up a quick video. Again, the video at the beginning is going to be from 2022, and then I'll put my photos up from 2020 when we were here right as COVID started. But as we look around, I'll read some facts out of a little Welcome to the Illinois State Capitol book that they gave me. It's a nice little quick kind of map of the place, and it gives some facts about the state capitol. And it says Illinois has had 6 Capitol buildings, 1 in Kaskaskia, 3 in Vandalia, and 2 in Springfield. I'll put up another video of the old state capitol. The total cost of the current capitol was $4,315,591. And as far as the materials go, the outer walls, limestone from Joliet and Lamont. North and east portico pillars are granite. Grand staircase, second floor columns and floors, domestic and imported multicolored marbles, constructed of 750,000 cubic feet of cut stone, 20 million bricks, 1.4 million pounds of wrought iron, and 3.4 million pounds of cast iron. The Capitol's dome foundation is 92.5 feet in diameter, and its 17 feet thick limestone walls are based on solid rock 25.5 feet below the grade line. The foundation for the outer walls varies from 11 to 16 feet below the grade line. Walls are 9 feet thick up to the first floor. It goes on with some more of that, but that's just a whole lot of impressive numbers. There are 110 steps from the first floor to the fourth floor gallery. When the Capitol first opened, the dome was illuminated with 144 gas jets. The carbon emitted from the gas jets made the dome black and invisible. It was cleaned in 1986 after 100 years. Every doorknob in the building is imprinted with the state's seal. Shelby Collum was the first governor to work in the new state capitol in 1877. President Barack Obama served as a state senator in the state capitol from 1997 to 2004. Obama returned to deliver a speech to the Illinois legislature on February 10th, 2010. So lots of connections there to Barack Obama. By the way, I've got a new dog who is sniffing around and whines a little bit if I don't have both hands on him all the time. So if you hear something in the background, that is Remy. And just a little bit more about the Capitol from this brochure. The Illinois legislature authorized construction of the state capitol building in 1867. It is the sixth capitol building and second located in Springfield. And it mentions that despite the start of construction of the capitol, Chicago almost became Illinois' fourth capital city. The General Assembly planned to convene its fall 1871 session there until the Great Chicago Fire occurred on October 8th through 9th. Instead, Springfield remained the capital city, and on January 3rd, 1877, the General Assembly convened its first session in the new building. The project was completed in 1888 at a cost of $4.3 million, and a balance of $6.35 was returned to the state. I think a balance of $6.35 was returned to the state treasury. So that's interesting. Then it gives a little description of the paintings and the sculptures here. On the first floor, there's a painting of Starved Rock on the Illinois River, Fort Chartres. I know I'm mispronouncing that. And Ulysses S. Grant taking command at Cairo in 1861. Well, that's fascinating. And on the fourth floor, there are paintings of Fort Dearborn at the mouth of the Chicago River, Abraham Lincoln and others stuck on the dam at New Salem. There's a rendering of the village of New Salem, 1831 to 1838. Portrait of 12 U.S. presidents, discovered and restored in 2008. Some of the ceiling murals on the first floor, Charity, Faith, and Hope. Yeah, there's actually several statues through here that, Stephen Douglas, Abraham Lincoln, Ulysses S. Grant, the Goddess of Justice. We're getting to the pictures anyway. Again, I wish I could have given you a little bit more of a guided tour, but I wanted to put a little something up just from our visits. In Springfield, the old state capitol is kind of downtown. It's not too far from here. Oh yeah, there's one of those great statues. Of course, this whole town, you visit it either to visit the capitol, or you visit it for Abraham Lincoln history. I'd say most people go for the Abraham Lincoln history. I mentioned this on another video, but the Donner Party, the very famous and tragically fated Donner Party, started their expedition literally in Springfield, right where the old capitol is located. So there's a ton of history here, not even associated with Lincoln. Most of it, of course, is associated with Lincoln, but there's more going on for it than that. I do always think to myself, how exciting would it have been to be a visitor here, before 2004, and to bump into Barack Obama. On our visits here, it's been kind of quiet, and he would have been hanging out here doing work at some point during that time period before he became so significant. And of course, he announced that he would be running for president at the old state capitol, which is just a mile or two down the road. And I just looked at a picture of the first state house in Kaskaskia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It was small, and it did not last long. And I was also checking on Wikipedia about how Vandalia, probably not pronouncing that right either, had a few buildings that were there as the Capitol. It says the third Capitol building was the scene of most of the service of Abraham Lincoln as a member of the Illinois state legislature. Lincoln did not, however, become a beloved figure there. Elected from Sangamon County, closer to the geographic center of Illinois, Lincoln led a central Illinois caucus that called for the state government to move itself to the growing town of Springfield. And of course, that created some controversy. As a result of that threat, Vandalia businessmen took action. In 1836, When the legislature was in recess, they abruptly tore down the third Capitol building and built a larger fourth one on the same public square. The cost of the new building was $16,000, and it hoped that the new Vandalia State House would be so nice to work in that it would encourage the state government to remain in town. Obviously, that did not happen. But, Illinois has had 6 capitals. I don't know if that's a record or not for U.S. states, but I think that's fascinating. Anyway, just a brief look at the Illinois state capitol.